right. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody doing? It is 6:32. It is January 2nd. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. Happy New Year. So here we are, 2025, new year. As I said yesterday, listen, a lot of people are like, it's going to be a new me. And, it's not the case. Everyone has their New Year's resolutions. Everyone wants to start fresh. And that's well and good. That's what we're all going to do. But, it's really just about thinking about what you did poorly last year, what you did well, building on what you did well, trying to do what you did poorly a little bit better, making some incremental changes, little changes. So this way, the little changes add up to big results. And there's going to be a lot of things we do over here. I've been in this business for 30 plus years. I'm 52 years old. My son's a sophomore in high school. Do a lot of things right, a lot of things I did wrong. I want to teach everyone, get everyone's learning curve a little bit faster. And we're going to be launching a few things starting not exactly today. It's like today's a weird day, right? It's like Thursday, so it's not a Monday. It's the new year, but it just feels like, we're kind of trapped in two little time zones. Well, anyway, 6:30 Club will always be the 6:30 Club, but there will be a lot of things changing, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing some soft launches, some fun challenges, some ways to improve ourselves, some ways for me to add value, and some ways for you to become better versions of yourself. And we'll do it together. But as of right now, here we are. It is 6:34. It is 2024. At this point, we all know kind of how the market ended in 2024, kind of limped into the end of the year. The market was building what it looks to be like a head and shoulders top pattern where you had your upper channel. We broke right here. We broke, the SPYs. This was Fed day at 6:02, if you remember. Took some risk down. Then you had a nice little spot where we reclaimed, two prior lows. Pretty powerful move right there. That was a spot to put some risk back on, if you remember. Okay, went right back up to where we fell from. Look how symmetrical that is after the fact. That's why you always want to look at things after the fact. We map out areas and we see what areas actually make sense or not. So we kind of got rejected right into this spot, came back down, and this could be a right shoulder. This could be the neckline. Listen, I've seen this happen a lot of times where you get this head and shoulders top pattern where if you break the neckline, anyone buying it, because usually the neckline is support, and it breaks with volume and closes below it, then everyone who was buying it sells it, and every stock that was bending and breaking breaks that support, and it goes from losing upper support to more of a mid-level correction, and that's really going to be this 581 to 584 spot. So now here we are. We did mention, you get new flows to start a year, right? New mutual funds, new pension plans, they get the flows in. A lot of this rally has been built on inflows from a strong job market where people put passive money to work. And here we are, you have the SPYs up almost $4. So we're still in no man's land. Like this pattern is still intact. What's going to be interesting today, the thought of the day is, will the early strength and the early inflows be stronger than people who said, hey, now I could take some profits on some crazy winners of the past 2 years. We know since the October 22 low, we've been up 23 to 25% both years, besides stocks that have been up huge. So you have people who can say, hey, I could sell it now and pay taxes in a year, and then you have new flow. So what's stronger? We don't know yet. All we know is we're sitting here at 589.77, and this high here is 591.74. The high from Tuesday was 590.64. So this is your important zone. I don't care what the opinion guys are saying. I don't care what everyone's with their projections of what 2025 is going to look like. Nobody knows. Everyone's full of crap. Everyone's trying to make some huge predictions to get bigger followings, but that's not what's going to make you money as a trader. That's not what's going to start your January on the right foot. It's going to be like, hey, how did you position into today? I have a bunch of options on, that I positioned for new flows, and I have some January effects that hopefully I'll be able to, manage. But this really is your spot. If the sellers have power, okay, they probably don't let 590.60 to 591.74 get taken out the next 2 days. Today's Thursday. I'm just saying, Thursday or Friday or today. If all of a sudden today we blow through this, then it's like, oh, all right, so you got, maybe some people took their profits the last day or two of 2024, then put a 3-day settlement. I'm not an accountant. I don't know how that works, but that would be a spot. And then, and then you have right here, This is another spot, 595, and this is 598. So these are the three spots to measure that if new flows come in, do we get rejected here, which would mean we're probably weak and we probably break this sooner than later? Does it get through here today, and then all of a sudden things look like, oh wow, things are kind of strong. The active bulls are pulling back and pushing back, and then you have these two levels above. All right, let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world. I freaking love you guys. We got John J. Red Dog in the house. Yes, that's true. Tapa for Feliz Año Nuevo. Okay. That's some kind of Spanish, right? That sounds like Happy New Year. Oh, there you go. We got Thab in the house. Happy New Year. You got Bobby 4.0. S&P will be at 10,000 by 2035. I like that. So Bobby right there is saying, listen, I don't care what happens between now and 2035. We're going to be at S&P 10,000 because historically speaking, that's kind of what happens, right? But the question is, that's why if you're 25 years old, you want to max out your 401k if you got a new job. If you're 35 years old and you got two kids and you're paying bills, still max out your 401k because chances are, we will be higher down the road. I post a lot of charts that show every reason to sell, but more like how much you should every reason be putting monthly flows in. But then again, if you trade for a living, Red Dog trades for a living with T3. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3 Live and T3 Trading Group. I have, a lot of subscribers that get the Red Dog note that has 40 different ideas in it. They subscribe to the Alpha Team, which are real life traders that trade every day for a living. And then you have people who just want to try and make money with the market and be financially, sane and financially well, that tune into more things like the Red Dog mindset. They just want to be able to start things early, maybe start a 529 early, start a whole life insurance policy, start their day on the right foot so they could go and, win the day and win their inner game. So the outer game, makes them feel happier and more successful. But there's lots of ways to do it. Okay. It all depends on where you are in life. And for me, I'm 52. I've been trading for 30 plus years and, feel like I've been having a lot of fun in my town by coaching lacrosse from first grade to eighth grade to starting Chase early in 5-6 different sports so he could excel later. And these are all things that have made me happy that I'm going to try and, teach you guys a little bit, if you're a young dad, a young mom or whatever, how to do things, because I've made a lot of mistakes. So why not let you learn from my mistakes? But anyway, let's move on. Okay, Happy New Year from Tampan. We have Red Dog. What is your probabilities for a positive, negative 2025? You know what? Again, I'm going to keep today real simple. Really, really simple. Okay, because everybody's talking about, oh well, Tom Lee's like, we're going to hit, 6,700 to 7,000 first, and then, we're gonna pull back and get really hurt because you're gonna squeeze all the excess out of everything. Then there are some people saying, no, we're gonna pull in first. This head and shoulders top pattern, is going to play out where this week we're not going to get above 591 or 595, and we're going to continue to have some distribution with some of the key names, and we're going to break 581 to 584. We're going to get to 565 to 560, which is right here. Okay, and if that were to happen in the first January or so, then from there, what happens usually within the Fed will probably get a little bit more dovish because the S&P will be down in January, and every TV guy will be like, so goes January, so goes the year. Everyone will get really negative, and then we probably start from there, and then we'll see what groups are showing relative strength. We'll see where the leaders are emerging. So at this point, I've been in this seat for 30 years coming into a new year where some things look awesome, some things look like, hey, they need time to rebuild, and some things you just don't know. Well, the bottom 25% of the stocks last year, because last year was a very bifurcated year. You had some stocks do awesome, and then you had some stocks just in line, and then you had 25% of the stocks were horrendous. So do those 25 bad stocks, or 25%, do better in the first quarter for the January effect? Does money rotate? Or, the names that have been rolling and the narratives that have been strong, do they continue? And, can that, so again, lots of different ways to look at this thing. But for now, it is January 2nd. I'm going to say simplify it, right? You have the SPYs up $4. So right now, just coming into the first resistance zone, we'll see there's a blast through and squeeze the shorts. I thought we were going to start the year with a whimper. Or does it pause here? Sometimes you pause at the first, pull in, and then you see, where the relative strength is. And what do I mean is, so, if that's the case, what does some of the leaders do? What does just like say, What does Apple do? Right? Apple just corrected a bunch, not a whole lot. Apple's been awesome. Apple broke 257. I'm not an Apple. I don't come in long. And all it did is come back to, stopping out some active guys here. And then looks like it's trying to hold the 21 day. So does Apple hold, just say, the first portion of the gains? Like right now, Apple, I didn't even look at it. It's probably up about $2. Oh, Apple's red. Not even up $2. That's interesting. Apple's down 34 cents. So right there, maybe there's a little bit of profit taking. SPYs are up 4. When does that happen? I wonder if there's any news. I'll have to check that. So sometimes in the morning when I wake up and I look at like what the futures are doing, what's overseas doing, like today I woke up, before what would have been the 20 at 520, and I looked at Europe. Europe was down like 1%. Asia was down big. I'm like, I wonder if our futures are down. I'm like, no, we're up 40 handles. That's a little odd. I guess it's new flows. So, but anyway, so Apple's down 35 cents. So what else is a leader? Amazon. Okay, so maybe there's some Apple information out there, which Amazon was a leader last year. It gave us some spots to look at. So we'll see what happens here. Does Amazon, which is up 230, does Amazon just say what's this, get back and reclaim the 8-day, or does Amazon strength get sold into 223? Does Amazon that's up 2 go from up 2 to red to break this? That would give us some clues that tech is being sold to start, to be careful. So again, these are all just the thought process. Meta also was a strong name last year. If you guys remember, had a lot of Meta in this spot at 590 or 585, and then through 603, hit 638, trimmed some nice move above the 8-day, and then right here it broke 616. We got tactical. We're allowed to get tactical when key stocks no longer go from special, where there's a lot of momentum where you sell it. So now we'll see what happens here with this is actually 583. It closed weaker. Maybe there were people taking profits with settlement. So now the question is, what happens with Meta today? Does it want to start strong or not? So this is 583. This high here is what? This is 590, just say 4. So does it take back this candle? So that's a thought. Is there power? Is the early strength going to get faded? Let's see what, let's see, just say what's Meta doing this morning. It's up 640. So Meta and Amazon look like they're trading with the SPYs, while Apple is not. So Apple's down 22 cents. So anyway, these are just how to frame your thinking to start the day. Then you want to go with semis. Let's see what the semis are doing this morning. The semis, all right, SMH is up 1%. So if you put that next to the SPYs, semis are up a little bit more than the SPYs. So the semis are getting some flows. So what's my next thought? Maybe I got to look at, what's Nvidia doing? Nvidia is stronger the last 2 days of the year. And it's up 230. Not horrible, up a little bit more than the actual sector. Then my next thing is, hey, what's Avago doing? Avago is really strong to end the year. It's up 5. Okay. And those are the only 2 semis I really been caring about lately. I don't care about SMCI. I don't care about, AMD. Yeah, ARM, I care about a little bit. But that's been broken. So let's take a quick look at Nvidia. You go to Nvidia, looks as if it was trying to hold up, but then a pretty red candle. So this went to 133. So just say, does Nvidia take back Tuesday's candle or not? Does that early strength get sold into? Again, that's the narrative and the theme for today. Does the early strength of new flows hold and build or get sold into? That'll give us some clues of the next few days thereafter. Yeah, ASML is a semi that I don't really trade, but let's see. That's crap, actually. Sorry. TSM has been a strong semi. I guess we could say that. Okay, yeah, this is something that's better than others. Okay, but still, a lot of things close on the dead lows. But again, it's a new day, new year, maybe new flows. So we'll see. So that's, then you obviously have Tesla, which has been my main bread and butter. What's a bread and butter? Bread and butter stock. But it gave signals to get lighter and get tactical, even though Elon's the most powerful man in the world right now. And even though Tesla gave us a huge move from, remember, 275 to here at 348, took out 362. What was that? A red dog reversal sell. Lighten up, maybe get short. Remember, we were buying the TSLQs there and selling some premium. But anyway, from here down 1, 2, 3, 4 down days, it actually closed on the lows. I bought a little calls into this move just in case the deliveries were strong and whatever. But we'll see. This low here is 402.50. Actually, no, it's not. It's sorry. Yeah, this was 393. I don't know how did I get 393 there? Anyway, 402.50. I'm not in the stock. I'm in a few calls, and we'll see what type of Tesla do we have this year. It was horrible the first half of the year, choppy. That's when Nvidia was awesome, and then now you have to see what's going to happen here. Is this turning into an AI robotics play where everyone loves Elon? Is doing a great job with Trump 2.0, or is he getting a little wacky and the tweets in the middle of the night? Is he trying to do too much and not enough with Tesla? We don't know. What's Tesla doing this morning? I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's see. What's the guess? Is it? It's up 7. So that's 411. Okay. So if you look here, you move this over a little bit. So, Tesla's a little bit better, but so at this point, this is 415, right? 415, it's at 411. Does Tesla get rejected at 415 the same way it got rejected at 426? It was better sells there, better shorts there, or does it power through? If it powers through and gets back up to here and takes back this candle that broke below support, that would say, hey, Tesla's starting off on a good foot. If it gets rejected here and goes red, hey, we got to still stay tactical Tesla because, still trying to figure out what's next. Is it heading down to the 50-day? If that's the case, then maybe the spies are breaking 585. Or, is it going to take this back, trap some shorts, and start a new move? If you want to have opinions, have opinions. If you want to trade and have different, scenarios, then that's probably the better way to do it. So, then you have some January effect names that started to work out very well. Oxy on its way, looks really good. Okay. It could probably get up to this area. I started buying options and I bought the stock right here. The alpha team knows if I'm in the options, it's a little bit of a concept play. But if I all of a sudden go from options to stock, something's showing me that it's waking up a little bit and turning on and getting attention. And then when I have both, usually the alpha team joins me, or they join me from the beginning just because we all work together, and usually I'm pretty consistent. But anyway, yeah, I saw the Cybertruck explosion. Well, you had the Cybertruck explosion. You had the New Orleans friggin' tragedy. 15 people killed on New Year's Day with a guy with an ISIS or a flag that represents ISIS killing innocent people. And then the first part of the media tried to cover it up. Oh, this isn't a terrorist attack. We don't know what this is. Come on. Anyway, we're not that stupid anymore. So, but we're not going to get into that. So, Oxy could see the 100-day. So that was one. My other one was VAL. VAL finally woke up. Remember, on this day, I bought the stock for the first time. I accumulated some options here. This is another energy name from my friends who run a fund in Puerto Rico. Has some room. So we caught a little, that helped. I was bleeding a little bit on some of the leaders I was trying to accumulate options, and this helped. So when you have a portfolio, tragic. It was really tragic. Why? Should I represent that differently? Come on. Innocent people killed trying to just hang out for friggin', New Year's Day from someone who was, trying. I don't even want to get into it. But anyway, so this was another, good January effect type name. And we'll see, we'll see if CELH wakes up. First time it tried to wake up a little bit, but still hasn't given you that like one day where you're like, wow, buyers are kind of taking over. So we'll see if CELH, finally wakes up. I have stock and options. I've had options for a week or so. It's been bleeding, and I bought some stock on Tuesday. We'll see what happens here. Lastly, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin gave some clues that maybe the market would be up today. They did a little bit of a red dog reversal. Okay, and at this point, we'll see what kind of Bitcoin. What will Bitcoin do? You have a lot of people saying 200,000. I get it. Okay, but bottom line is, we started our little turkey trot right around October 11th. And then on this day, confirmed it October 14th. I'm like, let's get in before Thanksgiving. Let's get in at 62, 63, 3,000 on IBIT and all the miners and get there, because by the time Thanksgiving happens, everyone's going to be talking about it. It might be, we'll probably already have moved. And Thanksgiving, where we were, this was Thanksgiving, we were already into the 90s. And then I'm like, Santa 100,000 K. We got to 108, broke here. Now, finally it's kind of holding this area. So if it holds above this, going sideways, hey, guess what? Maybe 85K doesn't happen. Maybe, January starts off with a good inflow, is now that these money managers could buy IBIT and some of those things and sock it away. Or maybe not. Bottom line is it's starting to get back above the moving averages. If you sold when it got into 108 extended, or you got out a little bit when it broke the 8-day 99, maybe you bought some back. And now we see, does a new active sequence start, or is it a bounce to be sold? So that's the gist of it. The TLTs are up. That means rates are down. You have a few ingredients for today to maybe stick and hold. If you come in flat, that's fine. Maybe again at the first kiss, do the SPYs get rejected into the first kiss? You can do the same thing with the IWM, the same thing with the Qs. So will it get rejected right here? This is the really big question. Does early strength it might pause here, and then if all of a sudden they can't take key names red and things continue to push through areas, and you say, oh wow, things are holding up really well after the first kiss, then maybe you're a buyer through here for a move to here, and then we see and we figure it out. But anyway, I lost. Where's my comments? Where'd they go? I did. Oh, there you guys are. Anyway, yeah, Mister's been kind of broken. I'd be a little careful. It is up. Mister itself, I haven't done anything here. If anything, I traded this thing pretty perfectly with you guys. This was a power play, way back early. Got rid of it probably a tiny bit too early. Here, remember, this is when we were trading all the reverse be short Misters, and then and then strength was sold 3 different times here, and then we broke the 8-day. So for me, my whole community got out of the way. Some made money short, whatever. So same thing here. So this high is what? This is 317. Let's see if Mister changes in 2025, because by the time everyone started to get really loud and really overcrowded on Mister, it was a sell. You had a few little days in here, but bottom line is if Mister's below the moving averages, and I don't know, I'm going to watch. I'm not going to trade Mister today just because it's opening up. It could be a fade. I'm not great at fading. I know that, but I'm also evolving. I do make some money short. I'm not going to, you want to do positive affirmations. You want to say, I'm not good at shorting. I'm only good at being long. No. I'm more comfortable being long. I make the majority of my money being long because historically over time, the bull market wins. And every now and then I make money short when it's a great setup. But I don't short saying this isn't going to end well like some people out there. But anyway, with that being said, what's up? It's beware dollar strong this morning. Okay, that could lead to some profit sellers. So I would say this is 317. Mister right now is up 16, so it's not even there. It's at 305. What's this low here? This low is 301.75. All right, so Mister's above this low and not even here yet. So Mister's got a lot to prove to start just buying Mister, staying with it, adding on dips for a new active sequence to the upside. Because ever since they sold the strength to 3 different times here, this has been an avoid, or short rallies, or be just very careful tactically. Anyway, it's 6:55. They're giving you 25. 6:30 is going to be 30 at 6:30. I'm going to be doing a soft launch on Monday, which we're going to talk about more of the Red Dog mindset. We're going to do a few different types of challenges to get our mind right, get us thinking clearly, get us, in a better position to execute on our tactical trades and whatever we're doing in our daily lives. And I'm hoping that a lot of you guys join me, because I'm going to be doing it. So I might as well do it with my friends from around the world, and we'll all figure it out together. But for now, it's Thursday. We're going to figure out the next few days of flows, get situated, and just want to start off on the right foot. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I wish you well. It's been 30 plus years. I'm hoping to do it for 40 plus years, and maybe I'll help guide you through, and we'll have some fun and make some money. Later, guys.